At only 20 years old, Elsa Majimbo has made the world fall in love with her global humor during these very unfunny times. Check her out.
To my future child, you won't have a curfew because where are you going? Where are you going to? What can you get out there that you won't get in my house? On your birthdays, we will celebrate me for giving birth to you.
Please welcome Elsa Majimbo. All right, now, you grew up in Kenya.
Yeah.
You recently moved to the States from South Africa.
Yes.
What made you start making these videos?
I was in high school. I just moved from boarding school to a regular school, and I didn't have a lot of friends because, you know, it's high school, so it's hard making friends regardless. And then one day I made a video and I watched it and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so funny, I'm hilarious. And I was like, I have to post this.
Yeah.
I have to post this. I put it on the internet, and after some time, people are like, oh, she's actually funny, and then it started building up. And if I stay in university, which is fine, and then wait and then make money, and I was like, why would I do that if I can make money now? So I was like, I'm gonna go for it. And that's what I did.
Did you grow up at, you know, like the funniest one in the family?
Oh, no. None of my family members find me funny at all.
None of them?
None, not even one.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I showed my dad a video of mine, and he was like, where's the funny part? And I was like, the video's over. So none of them find me funny. They're all way funnier than me, but I'm the one who got to make a career out of it, so I guess I win.
Hello. Now, your popularity that launched you into a whole new arena because you done collaborated on a book with Valentino and was featured in GQ South Africa. Look at this. This is crazy, man. How did this happen?
The first video of mine that went viral in South Africa, and South Africans are the ones who really supported me. And so they're like, oh my goodness, we have to make this girl great. And they started reposting my videos, and they would do it so aggressively, and I grew and I grew and I grew more. And then one day, brands and companies are like, oh, we want to work with you, we want to work with you. And I was so shocked, but it happened, and I'm really glad it did.
Well, let me ask you something. Is this something you dreamed about when you were younger?
No. No, I didn't dream of it. I didn't think of it. I never thought this would be my career path. I wanted to be, at some point I wanted to be a lawyer, at some point I wanted to be an engineer. But then I think as I got more into this career, I realized that I did that mostly because that's what I'd been told I was supposed to become.
That's right.
And I realized so many people, especially from my home and especially from Africa, don't follow their dreams because there's a certain path that's been put out for them. And I'm so glad I'm doing what I'm doing because I get to show many other, like, especially African dark-skinned girls that you can do this and you can thrive at it and you can be successful.
Yeah. And you also got a really, really popular podcast. It's called Bedtime with Elsa. And you interview people from your bed. Tell me about this project.
With and without the pandemic, I love staying home. I wasn't one to like go out and interact with people. I would always cancel plans. So I always love staying home, and I love my bed especially. So my manager told me, said, oh, you know what we should do since you don't love getting up? Let's do a podcast from your bed. And I was like, that is the best thing I have had. I was like, let's go for it. And then Bedtime with Elsa was born, and we did it.
You know what? I'm telling you, man, young people are creative. They just got a new way. I stopped telling my kids, what you doing that for? You got to do this right here. Because there's some new ways out here that all requires hard work. But there are some new angles to go at it from. Now, you were asked to be a host at this year's Met Gala in New York. What was that like for you?
It was very glamorous. It was amazing, glitz, glam, perfect.
Yeah. All right, now my producers are telling me that since you're leveling up, you have a question you wanted to ask me.
Yes, you have ownership of almost everything you have. How did you take ownership of that? Because so many people are trying to take my things I'm putting work into and my ideas. How did you make sure you held on to it?
First of all, it ain't always been this way for me. When I first got into this business, I was just excited that they wanted me. So I was signing deals, and I was signing for appearance fees. So once I said, okay, cool, there's one me, only one Steve Harvey. This is what I charge, and this is what I want. Well, we're not doing that. Okay, cool. We'll get somebody else. Yeah, that's cool. But you won't get Steve Harvey, though. See, and that's okay. And then I started thinking in terms of ownership. Well, since there's only one me, I'll tell you what, I'll do this with you, but I need equity. And I just started demanding equity for my talent. But I've been at this a long time, but you can start from where you are. So I want you to stand your ground and be strong, because there is only one of you, only one. They'll never get another you. Get ownership and just say, look, I can do this, but I want a percentage. But that's my advice to you, yeah, and I think you're on the right track because you're young and you're gifted. Now let me ask you a question. What message do you have for other women out there, other young women out there that might have the dreams, but they're nervous to take the jump?
It's hard. It's risky from what you know. And so many people will discourage you, so many, and you will always think it's strangers, but it'll always be the people closest to you. They'll make you feel like you're smaller than you actually are, but it's important to always know the power that you have and the power that you hold, and always go for things headstrong and don't let anyone tell you can't do anything. Do not let anyone bring you down.
Listen to me. See, to get this at 20, is ahead of the game. It takes people well into their adult life to finally get this. And, God been wanting you to jump off that cliff for a long time, and for whatever reason, you chose not to, mostly out of fear. But God has a way sometimes of pushing you. See, you're going to get off the cliff one way or the other. Sometimes the jump is in a push. Either way, you out in the air. But you got to go for it, man. You only get to go around one time. And what she's saying, you can't know how true this is. It's the people closest to you that provide the most opposition. And they do it in such a loving way that the discouragement is disguised by love. Are you sure you want to do this? Translation, how the hell you think you gonna do that? That's exactly what that means. She's 20 years old, from Kenya to South Africa to here. That's a 17-hour flight. This is a bad girl. This is a bad girl right here. Now, this is what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to adopt you as my niece. I'm going to give you my phone number. I don't care what you need. If you need anything, you need a place to go, you need some help, you need some advice, you want to talk to somebody, you call me. And I'm serious, and I don't want to let nothing happen to you, because, it's been one of my main goals is to bridge the gap between Africa and African Americans. If you've never been, you have to go. But what I love most about it? It's the first time in my life, in 60-some years, that I wake up in the morning and I'm not a minority. It's crazy. It's an incredible place, man. But Elsa, you got an uncle in the United States. Anytime you need something, Uncle Steve got you, and I'm gonna give you all the advice you want, and we're gonna go over here, we're gonna be, woo! We're gonna be bad. This girl finna be bad, y'all. Y'all give it up for Elsa. Thank you for being here today. Yeah.